the boy suddenly witnessed a horrifying scene in the field. The nearby scarecrow seemed to move just a moment ago. At first, he thought he was mistaken. Out of curiosity, he approached to confirm. To his shock, he discovered that the scarecrow's feet had transformed into terrifying claws. As David stood in shock, those sharp claws moved again. Terrified, he turned around and ran away. Unexpectedly, in the next moment, the scarecrow transformed into a horrifying monster, leaped into the air, and swiftly lunged at David. David screamed for help while running frantically, but the monster caught up and knocked him down in the cornfield. Jack, who was repairing a car, heard David's screams and quickly got up to check. Tom also rushed out of the house with a shotgun. Seeing something in the distant cornfield, they instantly realized that David might be in danger. However, by the time they rushed into the cornfield, the monster had already taken David away. The monster moved very fast, running swiftly through the cornfield, making it impossible for them to catch up. Hearing David's painful cries for help, they were extremely anxious but had no way to assist. If they fired their guns now, they might accidentally hit David. Helplessly, they could only watch as the monster flapped its wings and flew into the sky, eventually disappearing rapidly from sight. At this moment, their eyes were filled with shock, and Tom was even more worried about David's safety. After returning home, Tom was very uneasy, constantly worrying about David's safety. Although he knew that David might not have survived, he chose not to wait any longer. He decided to make the monster pay a heavy price. Thus, Tom and Jack immediately took action, gathering all the weapons in the house. They finally transformed the car into a giant crossbow launcher. They also crafted several massive swords to match. Once everything was ready, the enraged Tom drove the car, searching everywhere for the monster's traces. Late at night, they finally made a discovery. A car had crashed into a roadside tree. Upon inspection, they found that this was not a simple car accident. The roof had been forcibly torn open by a tremendous force, and the driver inside was missing. It was evident that this was caused by the monster. Just as Tom was about to approach and investigate, Jack suddenly heard someone calling for help on the walkie-talkie. The caller's tone was filled with fear, as if they were in great trouble. The distress signal came from students trapped in a nearby school bus. At this moment, they were under attack by the monster.